this is the second half of the notes that I started just a second ago, so I wanted to finish this up. It says the polygons in each pair are similar. Find the missing side length. So it's telling us here in number 5 on the 8-1 notes that these are similar triangles, which means that they have the same scale factor, the same ratio. So we're just going to try to set up a proportion with corresponding sides that helps us find the missing side. So the side 48 corresponds with the side 40, and we also are trying to find this side right here, which is corresponding with this side right here. So I'm going to set up a ratio or a proportion. And before I do this, by the way, I want you to know there's actually multiple ways, multiple correct ways to set this proportion up. And it really doesn't matter to me which way you do it, as long as if you start with, for example, if I start with the triangle on the left first, then on my second fraction, I need to make sure I put the triangle on the left first and the triangle on the right. So what I mean by this is, let's just say I do 48 over x. I've got to come over here and do 40 over 25, okay? So you just have to make sure you start with the correct one on both sides. Now, if I set it up like this, I'm going to get 40x is equal to 48 times 25, so 1200. And if I divide both sides by 40, I find out that my missing side is 30. Okay? All right, for the next one, number 6, of course we have 6 and 8. Those are corresponding, and we'll use this side that we're looking for, obviously, and 10. So this time I'm going to set it up a little bit different. I'm actually going to say x over 10 is equal to 8 over 16. And that's fine. You can do that, like I said, as long as the sides are corresponding and they go together. So this will give us 16x is equal to 80. And if you divide both sides by 16, let's see what that is. You're going to get 5. So that side has a missing side of 5. All right, number 7, it says the scale factor from A to B. Now, it's important that we read this correctly. The A goes with this one, and the B goes with this one. It says the scale factor is 2 to 5. Now, anytime they give you this ratio, we're just going to go ahead and set it up like this. We're going to say 2 over 5. And then we're going to set up the things that we're missing. And remember, the A was on top here, the B was on bottom. So the A is what we're missing. So we're going to put x over 15. Okay? So cross multiply, 5x is equal to 30. And then if you divide both sides by 5, 30 divided by 5 is 6. So that is our missing side. Okay, same thing with number 8. Let's go ahead and go down here, and there's one that, in number 9 here that I want to look at that you actually have to set it up and solve for x. So, let me check out the time one more time. Okay, we're good. It says that they're already similar, so, I can tell by looking at it here that I'm going to have, first of all, I'm going to have to use this side right here because it's the one with the x. That side corresponds with 40, so if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and set that up. You could say 40 over 4x minus 4. And now you just have to set it equal to 2 other corresponding sides, okay? Now, obviously, I have 16, but I don't have any of the other sides. So I'm going to have to use 16, and I'm also going to have to use 20 since it corresponds with 16. Now, since I put the 40 on top, I've got to put the 20 on top over 16. All right, let's cross multiply here. So 40 times 16 is 640. And when you multiply 20 times 4x minus 4, remember you have to distribute the 20 to both the 4x and the negative 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. And if y'all hear my child screaming, I am so sorry. I don't think he's too happy about going outside. Okay, so once you have it distributed, we're going to add 80 to both sides. So that's going to give us 720 is equal to 80x. We're going to divide both sides by 80. So 720 divided by 80 gives us 9. So we get x is equal to 9. Okay. And And I think this is our last problem. Yep. And these look very difficult because you have like what's called an extended ratio. So it's just a ratio that shows the proportions between all three sides of your triangle. And an extended ratio is just anything that is beyond your standard two things that are being compared here. However, the extended ratios are not difficult. We're just going to do this two at a time, okay? So, for example, I'm just going to start with AC and BC, okay? AC is talking about that side right there, which is 2D. And BC is talking about 4. So this is going to work out just fine. Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out what the scale factor is for AC and BC. And it's going to be the first two listed because it's AC, BC, and then AB. So you're going to use the first two. And you're just going to say 2 over 1. Now, the thing is, you've got to be very careful because if you started with the 2, you've got to start with side AC. So on the second fraction, you need to start with side AC, which is 2D, and put it over side BC, which is 4. Okay, and that's really all you have to do. You just have to cross multiply now and solve, and you'll be done. So we're going to find out that D is equal to 4. Okay. Now, as far as finding the perimeter goes, of course, I'm not going to ask you to do this on the test, but in case it happens, you would just plug it back in. So 2 times 4, this is going to give us a side of 8. 4 plus 4 is also going to give us a side of 8, which actually makes that an isosceles triangle. But 8 plus 4, if I'm not mistaken, gives us a perimeter of 20. Okay, guys. Be sure to actually do the homework and try your best on it. Don't just take wild guesses because I know that we are stuck at home and, it's really easy just to kind of get lazy and just do whatever we want to do. But this stuff is on the ACT, and especially for my juniors and, even my sophomores who are coming up, that ACT test, whenever we get started again, it's not going to wait. It's going to, expect you to know this geometry. So that's why I want everyone, please, to take this important. To take it seriously and to treat it like it's an important thing to learn, okay? All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye.